2 weeks into 2024, greatest year ever. How is everybody? All right. All right. Good morning. Good morning, sleepy face. Second week of January 2024. Victor, I see you. 5 XP for being first. Let me know when you level up. Shambot, good to see you. Blake's RPG Zone. Nice. He's in the zone. What's up, morning, Joe? Good to see you, buddy. Terrence is smart. Good to see you. Doing a little ad lib there. That's me. Is that the storm cellar fatigues? Yeah, you got it, man. Dude, I don't even know how much snow we've got yet. I think it's supposed to end at noon, which is 4 hours from now. It's like, it's at least a foot. I say it's at least a foot because I have a kind of a fence, not a fence, a wall, like around my courtyard. And on the wall is like the snow that's been perched, and that's at least a foot, and that's not including the stuff that probably falls off of that. Shoveling fatigue, yeah. Fortunately, I live in a condo association, so my shoveling is relatively limited. I have like maybe a 12-foot sidewalk if I want to shovel my deck, which I do a little bit. It's another 8 feet. It's not much at all. They don't shovel everything, but it is. Well, here, I tuned into this guy's channel to talk about RPGs, and all he's talking about is blind dog. So, my Shay is, diabetic. My beagle Seamus, and there's anywhere you go around my complex, it's snow. And they did plow the sidewalks, I don't know, late last night, early last night. But it's, snowed since, so it's still snow. But you got these borders, like, along the sidewalk. And since he really can't see, he kind of just like, hey, I'm going to go right here. And then he goes, like, to go, and then he realizes, and it's not that high. He could just walk in there, but he's like, whoa, and he goes away from it. Then he goes to the other side, and then that's just as high. And then he goes, poor guy's like trying to find a place to do his duty, and it's a struggle. Good morning. Hey, this stream not endorsed or sponsored by Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola Vanilla Coke, nectar of the gods. I gotta stop this. I had to shovel the walk and a bit. The walk and a bit over half the driveway. It's so heavy here. Yeah. Here it's not too bad. We got a lot of like the gritty snow. So I don't know if it's really ice necessarily, but it wasn't flakes. It was just like blowing all over the place. And you could feel like it. I mean, I came in wet more than anything from just going out and walking the dogs. Talking about the Midwestern winter we're having here. So good to see you, Tad. Hoos, morning, sleepy face. Kev, good to see ya. Nelson, morning. It's your enthusiastic love of vanilla Coke that keeps me coming back. I do whatever I can. Terrence. But yeah, so Seamus, and like last night I took him out after, his evening walk, if you will. That guy walked all over the place and with purpose, which is unusual for him because he's such a knucklehead. Stubborn, my dog. Trying to find a place to like do his duty in all this winter snow is just, whoa, that's too deep. Oh, that's too deep. Oh, we're not over there. This morning he did it right behind a car, like in the parking lot. I'm like, whatever, dude, whatever it takes. Anyways, the trials and tribulations of being a pet animal person and winter. My little dog isn't as bad. She knows, like, no, these are the lanes I just follow, the sidewalk. And she'll just go under duress, but not Shay. He's got to find the right spot. Roaming around, turn around. How's everybody doing? How's 2024 treating you? Probably best year ever so far, right? Come on, 2024, don't let us down. What's up, Laramie? Walk home. Are you still getting snow, Laramie? Are you walking home in the falling snow? I know you probably have snow. I am truly wondering how much snow we got. Like it's a lot. It was a lot. It was a lot. Still is. I have a design flaw also in my condo where I knew it was going to happen. I knew when the guy was putting it together. Is the gate that I have is a big wooden, and it's probably weighs. It's got to weigh like 80 pounds. It's big. It's like my height, easily 6 foot, maybe tall. It gets down to about a couple inches off the ground. Two tree inches here. Hey there. Because we want to let the cat out, wander around, and not let Augie escape. And of course, the gate swings out. Of course it does. Why wouldn't it? And of course, if it swings out and I get, a lot of snow, or the guys come and snow plow the sidewalk and push up a bunch of snow up to that gate, I might not be able to get out of my damn fortress. So I have the gate propped open with 2 bricks just to prevent that issue. I'll tell you. What kind of Midwestern person would I be if I didn't talk about the weather? Blake says, watch Tomb Raider. Viclander movie. It was good. Oh. Where can we catch that, Blake? Where can we find that? Here in the U.S. or Europe or, Asia. Terrence, it's an American election year. We've already accepted that 2024 is a looming trash fire. Ooh, thanks for the reminder, Terrence. Yeah, there. Hey, 3 inches blocked. Yeah. Hey, Jim. Morning. Everybody geared up for BSRCon? This time next week, people will be deep in games. Online gaming. I need to enunciate. I did a video recently, and I thought, wow, I really have a Midwestern accent from Wisconsin. I need to better enunciate my words. That's how you tend to alleviate certain accents, is you enunciate a little bit more. Working on my con game now. I'm in Jim's game. Confirmed. So, I hope if you're not joining us, that's all right. It's okay. But I know who you are. It's going to be fun. Playing Coriolis in one game. Jim's OD&D game. I think there's a Tales from the Loop game maybe I'm in. I have to double check. I have to do a Foundry seminar. Probably be like two folks in that, but that's all right. And then Eric Frankhouse may be running Shadow Dark on Sunday. I don't know. Laramie got 12 inches. 12 inches Tuesday. 9 yesterday. Yeah. Harrigan, good to see you. Nubis, good to see you. Yeah. Well, let's get started. Question of the day. I don't have one. I'm running out of the wells drying up. I'll throw this out there. It's kind of a weird one. I don't know. Not a weird one. Dead Air. What's up, Salt Heart? That's what I want to be called. How come I didn't call my channel Dead Air? Dead Air RPG. RPG Dead Air. If you're snowed in, might I recommend signing up for Peacock Corporate Plug to watch the wild card game, but also the holdovers. This stream not sponsored or endorsed by NBC, Peacock, or any of its affiliates. Hey, Jason, hook me up, man. I'm looking for some top-notch sponsors. You know, I mean, I heard NBC's got a few bucks. Oh, Blake's got one. Blake's got a suggestion. Game you tried but failed. Want to try again, though. And because you saw potential. Should we go with that? Should we go with Blake's? I don't want to penalize Blake for stepping up and taking initiative, if you will. I like that one. Let's do that one. Game you tried but failed. Well, that could be one. And then do you want to try it again because you saw potential? Or is it conditional? A game you that failed and you want to try again? I know mine. I know mine. And it is no, I do not want to try it again. Game you tried but failed. However you define failure. Maybe it just didn't click. The players didn't care for it. Maybe you didn't understand it. We'll let you guys have that sink in. Thanks, Blake. My associate producer, Blake Ryan. Nubis. 0 snow in Slovenia so far. This is the first week we've had below 0 Celsius this winter. So weird. Yeah, it's been a weird winter for sure. I mean, we're in the Midwest and we've had similar probably climate, Nubis. Like, I mean, it was 50 degrees like 2 weeks ago, maybe, I think. Which is fine. I don't okay, I'll take winter as long as it's not ass cold, okay? But yeah, we got our fair share of snow. That just like within the last 48 hours. 96 hours maybe. Two snow winter advisories. $64 in California today. Burr. We'll make it through the freeze through, though. Gabe says so easy. STA. Look at that. Softball. Right up Gabe's alley. Star Trek Adventures. Yeah. Salthard even says STA. They're both in the same game. That one I would say yes. Like that would be one that I don't even know if it was I don't know if it was even failed, honestly. I think it's being too harsh. I had a good time. But yes. That would be one that would maybe fall into the category of fail, I guess, and would want to get back to the table. This guy, there you go. Always plug in, Jason. No, it's not. Joe says, Meg, The Awakening. That game crapped out first session, and now I've sold my books. But part of me still wants to give it another shot. You can do it, buddy. I got faith in you. My other game, which is no secret, I've said, is Cold Shadows. It failed. I don't want to get it back to the table at the end, though. I had to sell my 5 copies. Give them away. Hey, have you heard the good news? Here. What game might have failed that you want to get back to the table? Don't give up. The age system. Played The Expanse, and everyone had some sort of issue with the system. May give it a go again someday, says Orcus Dorcas. Well, okay, all right. Kevin Keneally. Dragonbane. I ran the suggested starting adventure for my kids, and it just seemed flat. It seems like a lot of the interesting bits of that adventure are tied up in the random events table, but I never... Tick, tick, tick. Had one come up. Kind of boring. Oh. Nubis. Game I ran and failed. 10 candles. Really? Players didn't really get it, so it was really hard to make the situation progressively worse. Oh, that's how that is framed sounds strange, but I understand. In the game, it was hard to make the situation progressively worse. Like they were fighting the downward spiral is what I'm guessing, yeah. The ending felt very abrupt. I would like to try it again. You know, some of these games, right? It could, you know, why did they not do well? And some of it's like right in their face. Some of it's lack of rules or mechanics, understanding or clarity. It could be the group's just not jamming on the theme of the game or the tone or what it's about. It's usually like a genre thing, I think, right? Like, let's try a horror game. Okay. Like, we always play this type of game, but all right. And they give it a whirl, and then they just, it's just not. 10 Candles is not heroic. When you, like, the whole premise of 10 Candles, for those of you that haven't played, is everybody's going to die at the end. Like, that's known from the beginning. Here's the deal. You know, each, whatever, candle gets extinguished. The light falling to darkness is an ominous mechanic part of the game, and at the end, the last candle gets extinguished and everybody's dead. So there. It's really about what happens as it gets to that point. And if that's not your jam, like, it's all about survival, man, it's not going to work. And then he continues, and when I played back the recordings, one of the players whined loudly the whole time, couldn't handle hearing her voice. Oh, wow. It was just awkward all around. Yikes. I whine too. People can't stand my voice either. Kevin says, I've been looking at the hazard die from Knave and kind of want to work that into Dragonbane and Shadow Dark to limit rolls that produce nothing. Nuba says, yeah, I blame myself. I didn't explain it well enough. Plus, it was very different to everything else that we've played before it. Yeah, sometimes that just happens. Like, I mean, there's a few people or groups that I've gamed with that I wouldn't probably pitch specific games. It's just thinking like ones I wouldn't pitch to Brett and his group. Although I haven't played with them. Shambot, Savage Worlds. Wow, there's a surprise. The players didn't really click with it. I tried a Weird Wars 2 setting. I would like to try it again. It's been some time, 10 years. I feel like the rules were too much of change. Wow. Well, newsflash, they've changed since then too. I don't know for the better or not. They probably tightened up a couple things like Shaken, but it's still Savage Worlds at its core, like no question. If you put 3 versions of Savage Worlds in front of me and asked me what the differences between them were, I couldn't even tell you. I probably owned all 3. Shambot says the group was used to Vampire and WEG Star Wars, referring to as Savage Worlds. Yeah. Huh. Interesting. I would not have picked Savage Worlds like as one that didn't jam. But why? I mean, why wouldn't it not jam like any other? Harrigan says, I actually bounced off Savage Worlds at first, or really was just I kept at it, and now kind of love it. Oh, look at that. Kind of love it. Me inject some of Harrigan's tone. Oh, and now I kind of love it. Let's see. Saltheart says, I bounce off solo RPGs generally. However, I am doing a daily calendar RPG, and it is fun. Railroady, but a good 3 or 4 minute break each day at work. There was one, I don't know, did I bring it up on stream? There was one that one guy came up with, I don't remember what the name of it is, of course, that it's like you do it on, like, I think he did it on sticky notes. And he did it, and it's a game where you kind of just, like, I think he created it because he was in meetings, and so he just did it as like a doodle. So he made a game out of it. I don't know. I can't remember what it's called. Anyways. Jason Weitzel says, DCC is just my speed, but for players who don't vibe on the tongue-in-cheek subtlety of comedic fatalism, it can crash and burn hard and fast. Yeah, I could see many a different, probably fantasy, right? Like, oh yeah, we play D&D all the time. Oh, you guys are going to love DCC. And then it's like, wah, wah. What? Oh my God, a planar rift, and we just like exploded, and like some critical hit on a magic table. That could throw people off. Dad says, when I ran 10 Candles, one of my players did not get the tone at all and played their character for laughs. We had fun, but I definitely want to try again for the fully grim experience. Yeah. Levity can be an interesting beast. In horror games, if you've got, hey, it's Saturday night at the Improv guy or woman. Oof. Orcus Dorcas, Cyberpunk Red really didn't fail overall. But after running several sessions, it just fell flat for me personally and didn't want to run it anymore. Completely watered down from 2020. May go back to it with new additions, he continues, but I feel it needs some changes since it seems to have lost its edge, says Orcus Dorcas about Cyberpunk Red. Oh, Hoos. Even with the kids, youngest was not mature enough. Now that they're older, they don't seem interested. That's a tough one. Phil says, one of my groups found the sanity mechanic in Delta Green hit a little too close to home, so we're shifting gears and starting The Walking Dead next week. Ooh, not sure how that will land. Might be too serious. Yeah. For me, it's 5e. Hey, Caverna, how you doing? in one life, it was. Caverna, what RPG kind of fell flat for you, but you want to try to get it back to the table? Like, you don't want to give up on it. That's the question du jour, thanks to Blake Ryan. We're all over the place. Savage Worlds, Delta Green, 10 Candles, Cyberpunk Red, Star Trek Adventures. Here we go, Harrigan. Sitting there as he's pondering, looking up at the ceiling, scratching his head, frantically wondering what that game was. And he says, Beyond the Wall. Ran it for players who weren't experienced, our peers, and they could not wrap their heads around rolling over and under, and a couple of other little BX quirks. Was that my game? That a game I was in? No, I don't think so. He ran it at BSRCon one year. Was it last year or a year before? I can't remember. Starting to blur. Says, I'm definitely running it again, just for experienced gamers. Actually, it wasn't Beyond the Wall. I'm thinking about Rangers of the Midden Vale. Well, he says that was Simbaroom. I'm thinking about Rangers of the Midden Vale. Oh, this was for my kids. Got it. Okay. And Rangers. Yeah. Okay. Curtis says not a specific system, but an engine, and it is 2D20. I'm going to try with the newest implementation on Dreams and Machines. It seems a better implementation of the D20 engine. Oh, interesting. Kevin says, I had bounced off a DCC hard when his wizard he had a player bounce off DCC hard when his wizard had his comprehend languages type spell cause radical changes to climate in a 10-foot to 100-mile radius. He caused a 100-year drought within 50 miles. Trying to read a magic scroll. Ryan West, good to see you. My group didn't like how the stat pools worked in Numenera, but I'll convert the world to DCC, MCC, and try again. I find some of Monty's settings okay. Like, I think the Ninth World is probably pretty interesting. He's got another one coming up I think could be fairly interesting. I am so hung up on the cipher system thing. Every game's got to have a cipher, and that just seems strange to me. Like, if I'm playing Numenera and there's a cipher component to it, I kind of get it because they make it like these weird things you come across. But for every other genre, I know that Monty Cook Games fans are like, dude, what? Come on, man. You're thinking too hard about it. It's like, yeah, I am. Maybe I am. Well, that just left you an unsubscribe, buddy. Harrigan says, oh, Numenera. There's one I bounced off after running and will never run or play again. Whoosh. Tim says, the first time I played Torchbearer, the group had so much bad luck. I failed absolutely every roll made for 2 sessions. That's crazy. Playing again, my luck went better, but someone else failed at everything. Yeah, so do you blame the game? I mean, probably not, but it doesn't help. It doesn't help matters. That's D20 for me. Like, D20. I remember just Pathfinder 5th edition, specifically when I was playing. Just fail. Just could not roll a high D20 roll. And so I was really soured on anything that incorporated a D20 for a majority of its mechanics. And then somebody would say, well, Sean, that would be awesome if you rolled under. And it's like, true, I guess. But then I would, my karma would flip the table on me. That's right. Speaking of unsubscribing, don't forget to like and subscribe, Ryan West says. Thanks, Ryan. Appreciate it. Yeah. Gotta get you guys, man. Million subs, end of the year. That's the goal. You can, and you too can help me achieve that. 1 million subscribers. Who am I kidding? That's so hilarious. Jim, every game I run is a total success. Jim pisses excellence. Just for Jim's sake, he did put that he's just kidding. So Jim only plays one game, so it's either going to be good or it's not, but he's still going to run it. And it probably won't be the game or Jim. It's going to be the players or whatever. What I always hear about all Monty Cook games, great setting, but I think I'll run it with something else other than Cypher. Yeah, I think you take the ciphers out. But then there's like a gap in like some mechanic, right? Morning, William. William Thorpe. What game failed? What RPG failed at the table, but you haven't given up on it. You want to get it back. For whatever reason. And however you define failure. Tim continues, the thing is, Torchbearer is hard. Many D&D players couldn't handle it. Oh, shots fired. They did say many. So if you're a D&D player and you think you can handle it, then hey, that excludes you. As I heard the other day, like that smash button. Hey, I like that. I'll steal it. Like that smash button. Subscribe, as my sign behind me says. Where is it here? Back there in yonder. Like and subscribe. Didn't have room for the second S. Terrence says, my group considers a game cursed if we try to play it and the session has to be canceled more than 3 times. We put 2,400 for good away after a power outage killed our 3rd attempt. So that's an omen there. Ryan says, got to separate the intrusion XP, I think. Yeah, probably. I think he's talking about Cypher system. Here's one. Jason says, gave Battletech the role-playing game a go with players of the standard minis game. I think it lasted an hour before we gave up and just played the minis game. Yeah. I wonder if that's similar to Warhammer. Hey, guys, I know you guys love Warhammer. Let's play Rogue Trader. And they're like, why are we just not playing Warhammer 40K? Or fantasy, for that matter. Jim says, I don't know. No, I mean all D&D players. Oh, that's fair. Well, okay. Like, they didn't mention 5e. He's like all D&D players. You did say many, though. He changed it to all. Ooh, and Harrigan says, oof, Mech Warrior. All right, let's get to some stuff, huh? Why don't we get to some stuff? Hey, what's up, Hobbses? What's this, Hobbs's Hood? Gamer Hobbs's Hood? One more week. Well, that's right, baby. BSRCon. It's gonna be off the hook. You know what I think I'm gonna do? I think I'm gonna stream Saturday night, like really late, like midnight Central Time. I think some people will still have some games going, but it's not gonna be Saturday at 8 to 10. I mean, although I think most of the games Saturday probably start a little later, but some of you won't be able to make it. So I think what I'm gonna do is, and usually we have a soiree. Usually I put it up on the grid, as we hang out, and there's a lot of people at games Saturday night. It's a good night, right? That they can run games. It's probably the biggest chunk of BSRCon games is run Saturday night, evening, Central Time, Eastern, Central, Mountain, Pacific, U.S. So I may do just I'll do this stream like starting at midnight or 11 o'clock. Probably, I don't know. I'll either have a good turnout or I'll have nobody there. William says, Mongoose Traveler, work at the time. There I go trying to correct something that doesn't need being corrected. Work at that time led me to GM burnout before I even got started. Oh, that sucks, man. That's like going on an airplane and your flight is like delayed and you don't want to fly anyway. What are you going to stream? Forbidden Lands Season 2? Converta will not let us off the hook on that Forbidden Lands game, Harrigan. Tim says, suggest instead of MechWarrior, try Lancer. I knew a guy named Lance. I called him Lancer. Drunk Sean stream for the win. Might be onto something. I feel like this is 4 a.m. to me. Is it 4 a.m. now? Better turn notifications on, everyone. Ring that bell. Says Ted. Are we doing the Alanis Morissette lyrics? No. Season 2. Yeah. Of Forbidden Lands. Homie. Laramie says home. Thanks for checking in. You know, you could set your iPhone to automatically check in. I don't know if you guys do that. There's a feature. Google it. Like, no, I mean 12 a.m. in U.S. is 4 a.m. here. Well, there you go. So it would be Saturday night, midnight, would be 4 a.m. Sunday, Caverna. Ooh. Harrigan says, I'll run Free League Forbidden Lands Season 2 Blood March, wherein the group goes to the Bitter Reach. That's hilarious. Yeah. Hey, you guys want to play in Blood March? Yeah, cool, man. You gonna run? Yeah. All right, now you're in the Bitter Reach. It's snow everywhere. Oh, fantastic. That's pretty hilarious. Pretty good. That's pretty funny. All right, let's get this frickin' show on the road. I don't have a lot of discussion, I don't think. Let's get to some news. I'll start at the bottom of this craziness. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I just want to bring this up. So if you are a fan of Evil Genius Games, which if you're not familiar with, are the folks that are doing like 5th edition modern. Like D20 modern was based off of 3.0. Everyday Heroes is based off of 5th edition. But they have all these intellectual or IP, right? Pacific Rim, Kong Skull Island, you know, a bunch of them that like I could just go on and on. But they have also Foundry VTT. So you like they're 10 right now. Pacific Rim's like $10. So if you are a fan of Everyday Heroes, the role-playing game, and a specific IP, and Foundry, wow, this is right up your alley. So if you are not, then you could just close your ears and not worry about it. Okay, just saying. There it is. Go grab it. I don't know can you even click on links in the chat? I don't even. Too funny. All right, let's see. Oh, it's in the Humble Bundle too? There is a Humble Bundle. I didn't know the VTT stuff was in there as well. Good to know, says Ryan West. Let's see. Next. So speaking of the Monty Cook org, this is Rust and Redemption. The world is in ruins now. Now what? Barren, crater-pocked wastelands roamed by biker gangs and giant scorpions. Okay, all right. Crumbling cities that are lush, overgrown gardens of day. And haunts of the undead by night. Okay, all right. Dark ruins patrolled by conquering aliens or mechanical minions of the AI overlord. Whatever your apocalypse, Rust and Redemption is your tool for building it into a vivid, compelling cipher system campaign. Well, there you go. Explore the full breadth of the genre with a deep dive into many ends our civilization might face. the tropes and themes of the genre, and adventure ideas, set pieces, and creatures. Special rules cover scrounging for food and ammunition, kit bashing devices from scavenged technology, dealing with radiation exposure and mutagens, and other topics unique to this compelling genre. So yeah, this is right here, like, where was it? Special rules for scavenging, repairing, exposure, mutations, and more, plus apocalyptic artifacts and ciphers. Use a scavenger subtle cipher to find just the item you need to survive. So there you go. If you're interested in that, there you go. All right. Let's get into some bundles, huh? Bundle. You guys know about the Black Scrolls Map Tiles bundle? Oh, shoot. I didn't put in this. Here, go to Monty Cook's games. If you want to look into this. I'm sure it's going to, I don't know when it's going to be. Kickstarter, crowdsourced. Oh, it's pre-order, so they're going to do it anyway, right? $50 hardcover, $18.99 PDF. So there you go. All in all, if you get the hardcover and PDF, it will cost you $70. Black Scrolls Map Tiles. You look at some good map tiles. Medieval Fantasy City. These are modular PDFs and assemble them into gorgeous battle sites for your game table, or import the digital JPEG ping images into your favorite virtual tabletop. So there you go. Supporting the Deanna Jones Award. And I think like you can get in for like $20 for some of these. Cemetery, Docks and Canals, Modular End Map Tiles, Medieval Fantasy Village Map Tiles, City, Fortress, Castle, Moat and River, Cathedral, Dark Crypts, Trenches. There's a lot. There's a lot there, folks. No pineapple on pizza. Personal foul. No fruit on pizza. Tomatoes exception. The Sprawl. I had the Sprawl. I think I got it in on the Kickstarter. Maybe? It was good. I didn't think I was going to get it to the table, so I relinquished it. I think. Yes. Somebody bought it. But here's the bundle. A lot of the bundle. The Sprawl, November Metric. If you're not familiar with the Sprawl is Cyberpunk PBTA by Hamish Cameron. Mission Files, Darkening Alley, Touched Prime. And it's I think a quality product and how he put it together. I had like print on demand, so a lot of black pages, just an FYI, if you ever get it printed. And I think I had the matte printed paper look. And I don't know. It was okay. That's not a fault of the game by any means, but the glossy paper probably would have been nicer for all the black. Just saying. That's just me. So Sprawl. There you go. All right, keep it going. Keep it going. It's full steam. I like my RPGs with coffee and cream. What? What is Brett doing in there? Harrigan, can you kick him? No, just kidding. What's up, buddy? Bored up there in Wausau? Got a few inches of snow, do you? Figured you'd tune in today, Brett? I didn't wear my favorite shirt. Damn. I heard Sean was I heard C was wearing his mom's sweater, so I had to check. Breadster. Did we got more snow than you did? Yeah. You did. We got the lake snow. Dude, it's so much down here. All right, let's see. Solo but not alone. 4. Here's a big bundle. You want to try solo games? Here, it's for raising money for by Peach Garden Games. 125 items for $10. If you bought them all individually, it cost you like $479. So look at all these guys. Look at all these games. Oh, excuse me. 125 items. You know what I'd like to see? If you could play each one of these 1 hour. 1 hour a piece. Stream it all. There you go. There, grab that itch bundle. Scratch that itch bundle. Huh? Scratch that itch bundle. I'll be here all day. Not really. All right, let's see. Oh, this one's a good one. I think I have most of it. I could be mistaken. There's probably a few I don't have. Call of Cthulhu bundle. This thing's a beast. $25 and you get 25 items. That's $1 a book in PDF. That's crazy. Don't give the minimum though. Dupe 30. That way a little more goes to the charity. But look at this. It's like they're almost all the hardback books from the 7th edition, if I'm not mistaken. Pretty close. Core books, Pulp Cthulhu, Keeper Screen, Malleus Monstrorum, Deadlight. Look at all these things. Berlin, Cthulhu Dark Ages, Reign of Terror. Does Love Forgive? It's a lot. Keeper Tips. I brought that up on stream when it was about to come out. The Dark, Doors to Darkness, the starter set, which I heard is pretty good. So yeah, this one's a no-brainer. Even if you don't like it, just get it because you never know. You might hate it today, but love it tomorrow. Oh, Ty. Ty, have you seen... Did I ask you if you've ever seen snow before? Weather update, Laramie says. This just in from our Iowa correspondent. Weather update. All that snow. We're currently 8 degree Fahrenheit, dropping to minus 13 tonight. I thought we were supposed to get a huge cold spell here in Madison, but I don't know. Tad says he got that COC bundle. Brett says COC bundle's a steal. Yeah, for sure. I think I got in on a prior bundle, and I don't think it had all these. But I have probably maybe half, a third. I don't know. So for me, it's like, do I need to spend $30? It's not that much. I mean, who am I kidding? For the rest of the ones I don't have. If I want to see snow, I have to drive 3 hours to see it, says Ty. What are you waiting for, buddy? See you, Ty. All right. Ravensburger. Is that the guy from Cheers? Ravensburger? Anybody know what I'm talking about? It's the guy who played Cliff Clavin, right? But it's not his name. That's not his name. It's pretty close, though. Releasing Disney RPG Chronicles of Light, Darkness Falls. There's a lot of there is a theme going on here. It's brightness theme, illumination, lumens. So it's it's between storytelling board games and rules light role playing games to act as an introduction to role playing. Players take on the role of Disney and Pixar characters and work together, accepting quests and forming alliances to battle an unnamed darkness threatening the land. So there you go. Board game will retail for $30 with Target exclusive pre-order starting on July 7th and a nationwide release Target and hobby game stores on July 21st. There you go. There you go. There you go. Yeah, okay, right. Oh my goodness. I never did the intro to this, did I? Dude, I'm terrible. Swoosh, swoosh. We're still going. Let's not stop. DCC or Goodman Games they're going to crowdfund the DCC official Roll20 integration. By popular demand, Dungeon Crawl Classics is coming to Roll20. Wow. I did not know they were not on there. We're crowdfunding a complete DCC integration with all the mechanics that make DCC so much fun. Spell checks, mighty deeds, luck, spell burn, deity disapproval, mercurial magic, and everything else you love will be fully integrated into the game play. The project also converts iconic adventures to Roll20, creating a campaign path from level 0 to 3 plus stretch goals allow for adding even more adventures. And if you like DCC on Roll20, there you go. Then you can follow it. You got an option to get notified, I'm sure. That kind of surprises me. All right, let's see. Continuing on. PaizoCon at local game stores. So as part of the annual PaizoCon celebration, Paizo has announced that they will be partnering with several friendly local game stores as well as partnering again with KublaCon in Burlingame, California. These stores will receive access to the PaizoCon exclusive organized play releases. Pilot program will take place in the following stores. If you're in Overland Park, Kansas, Austin, Texas, I have not been to Dragon's Lair. I should probably go there. Manchester, United Kingdom, Burnsville, Minnesota, the Fox Den, Maryland, Game Castle in Maryland, Gaming Etc. in Massachusetts, Mighty Meeple in Concord, North Carolina, Mox Boarding House in Bellevue, Washington, and the Collective at Orlando, Florida. Interesting choices. I don't know how those got picked, but whatever. And PaizoCon takes place May 24th to the 27th of this year, online and in person. It'd be funny if it would say, takes place offline and without persons. What's up, Chris? Brett says, I thought DCC was on Roll20, but not fully integrated as in it didn't have all the features. I could be wrong. Yeah. I think it's just probably everybody has a sheet on there, it seems, but I think it's sometimes the sheets are just a roll button. So with some integrations, they can, put in some official stuff, make it and polish it up probably quite a bit. Kevin says DCC on Roll20 might get me to buy in. Integrating the tables and whatnot from the game would be excellent. That's probably the big one, right? Tables. Boom, 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 boom. I was just listening to Vintage RPG podcast, and it was like, what's his name? 3-2-1 action guy, not Stu. I can't remember his name. Was talking about he came across the reference guide. If you are a DCC person and you want, it just kind of surprised me because that thing is gold and it's been around for ages. And if you run DCC, it is a must buy. It's like a little digest size, like zine format with all the tables, like all of them. And it is a must-have at the table if you're playing DCC. I have not looked for Speedy RPG. If you want to, hey Ty, if you want to hit me up with a link on Discord, I'll pull it up. Well, I don't know if I haven't heard it. It might be in the crowdfunding news for this week. Depends on how long it is into their campaign. John McGuire, thank you, Laramie. John McGuire. Yeah, the reference guide for DCC is super awesome, says Brett. Therefore, it's even Brett is like, it's awesome. So there you go. Can you tell I miss Brett? Poking at him all morning. What'd I do? All right. So, yeah, let's keep it going. I know you do, dude. All right. So, yeah, Wizards made a mistake. Go figure. We made a mistake when we said an image was not AI. This is gonna be the year 2024, the year of AI in RPGs. The controversies. Seems like AI art is going to be a recurring news theme this year, per Morris at EN World. So apparently, this image was posted, and people were like, "Hey, man, I think that's AI," and Wizards put out a tweet, I believe, that said, no, it's not. And then they deleted the tweet, and then it came out and said, on second thought, actually, there is AI and was used. Sorry about that. So what are you going to do? They owned up to the mistake. We made a mistake earlier when we said that a marketing image we posted was not created using AI. Read on for more. As you, our diligent community, pointed out, it looks like some AI components that are now popping up in industry standard tools like Photoshop crept into our marketing creative, even if a human did the work to create the overall image. While the art came from a vendor, it's on us to make sure that we are living up to our promise to support the amazing human ingenuity that makes magic great. So there you go. Oops. Sorry. Ty, was that you? It is Ty. I'll remind me if I don't pull it up, Ty. So there you go. Various tools are now incorporating AI into their processes. And online platforms, AI options are appearing on stock art. Sites like Shutterstock and creative design platforms like Canva are now offering AI. Moreover, tools within applications like Photoshop are starting to draw on AI. The software intelligently filling spaces where objects are removed, and so on. I'm telling you, it's just weird that, where's the rage begin? Does it begin with, well, I think we all know when it starts, or for sure is full on, is like, I went to Midjourney and put in a prompt and came up with this, and I submitted it for this RPG product. Yep. But what if I sit down on my tablet and make some art, but the background, they want it on a different background, or there is no background, and they want a background. And I could go into Photoshop and have AI generate the background. Is that now not acceptable? No, some would say no, they got to draw the whole thing. Like, okay, it looks good, but they want to tweak here, or I've got scribbles and AI just removes the scribbles. Like I color outside the lines and I want to tighten it up. AI will take it from here and just go and then fill in the line. I don't know. It's here's a better idea. Don't have any art in your RPG. There you go. No art. Times New Roman text or Courier font, Times New Roman. That's how they get you. My dad would say, that's how they get you. Oh, man. Brett Brett's on his game today. WotC AI, that auto denies AI, made a mistake. They should incorporate AI to like, yeah, to do their press releases. And Orcus Dorcas is, yeah, an alpha stream came out in defense of WotC again. Essentially, we aren't doing a good enough job identifying AI tools for them, so they don't know not to use it. Chris says the AI was in marketing material that some third-party company used. We might as well just use nothing anyone makes or markets at this point if we're gonna witch hunt everything. Laramie says he's going to drop the DCC reference book link into the Discord for me. This is the site that made it. Thank you, Laramie. I'll post that. Actually, I don't even have Discord up right now. I should probably do that. I should have it when I'm online anyway, so you guys can be like, Sean, we can't hear you, dude. There it is. Brett's onto something. 10-point font and a 3-column layout only. Hey, if Pelgrane Press could put anything out, that would be it, right? Pelgrane. Love you, Pelgrane. Love you, Pelgrane. Ding. All right. Holy cow, I'm getting messaged all over the place. Bow, 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 bow. All right, Ty, got it. Laramie, did you DM me, Laramie, or did you put it in the server? Oh my God, he's making me go through. I got it, Laramie. All right, Laramie, I'm not even gonna pull it up to verify. So hopefully, there is the reference booklet for DCC that's in the chat now. Thanks, Laramie. Jason, it's exhausting. Exactly right, Sean. How about no more art or only etchings? Only art that makes 80 hours to take 80 hours to etch. Well, that's the thing too, because you could etch, you could take Midjourney and make it look like an etching too, and it'd be AI art. Although I am curious if people could pick it out as easy. Black and white line art, boom. Here comes the Rickroll, Kevin says. When you said the font thing, Brad, I instantly thought of those Pelgrim layouts. For sure, man. Ooh, Dracula Dossier is rough. Ooh, that is a rough one. I am getting old. I have bifocals. I have no shame. But I'll tell you what, I was trying to read the Dracula Dossier handler's book. It's tough, man. That is a tough read, like physically. Small print, 3-column, dense. Ooh, and I'm like trying to find that spot right in my glasses. It's a Sean thing, obviously. Laramie says there was a Frog God Games book that we missed somehow had sold us AI art. There was a pretty big issue with legs that once it was pointed out, you couldn't unsee it. Yeah, and that's another thing. Like, I mean, here's the thing. I don't know what these AI art tools cost to detect it. So it's like, you can't just do it by eye, because it's one of those things where you're like, you give somebody something to edit, and you go, here, read this. Your chances of somebody finding something wrong and not you is more likely, right? Like if I'm reading my resume. This reads right. You give it to a person, and they're like, no, this does not read right. Read correctly. And so it helps have multiple eyes. But at art, you keep looking at it. I was like, okay, it looks good. Whoa, there's one more finger on the hand than there should be. Oh, I didn't even notice. Laramie, to continue, that artist won't be working with us any longer, and it was pointed out early enough in PDF. We pulled it before the print. Well, that's good. I think any efforts to slow down or block AI in-game is wasted energy. It's like trying to stop the internet or online retail store selling games. Yeah. I don't know. everybody's putting, I still got this video to complete, but it was a year, look back at year 2023, and it's, I put in AI, right? Because that's a big topic, and it will be for 2024. Not to go down this rabbit hole, but you could sell stuff on drive-through, right? I think, and as long as you say, hey, my art's AI. Like, I think that's their policy. There's other games, like places that are like, we don't know AI. Like, that's the deal. If you want to write in, that's interesting too. We have to look at licenses, because I don't know if these licenses that people came out with include their stipulation on AI art, which is, I'd have to double check, like Free League, 2D20, Cypher system license that Monty Cook has, Tales of the Valiant, Creative Commons. Some of these, like the ones that have used Creative Commons, like they went, hey, down with the OGL, and then they splint orc. Do they have clauses for AI art? Because they have their policies, like here's Paizo, and they're licensed to write for Pathfinder, right? Maybe it falls under orc. And then they do have an AI art policy, but that AI art policy falls to, I think, people contributing direct, like they're hiring you as the artist to contribute to a Paizo Pathfinder product. I don't think they have clauses. I don't know if they have these clauses in the license. Now everybody's like, as people watch this video later, they're like, yes, they do, Sean, you're wrong, which is fine. I am probably wrong. The Modi license says no art, says Gabe. So they actually put it in there. Now, I'm interested. Did they change the license? Because I got to think the 2D20 license has been around a little bit. Like, they didn't just come out with it, did they? I mean, it's not old either. I think it's maybe in the last year, 2 years. So, it's like, whoop, timeout. We put out a license to make it really flexible for people in the community to create products that are for our game. Oh shit, there's this AI thing. We got to go and we got to go and change it. Like, the Modi license, I think, is probably specifically for Modifius. Like, hey, we're going to hire Sean as a freelancer to contribute to STA product line. And by doing so, here's the deal. And I go, oh, okay, that makes sense. But I don't know about the community licenses. That's the one I'm worried, like thinking. And can they even do it? Once AI passes the Turing test, if it hasn't already, is that when folks will allow it to be seen as legit? Well, we're going to be in a whole nother ball game by that point, Brett. It's going to be Terminator, end of days. We're going to send Brett back in time. There's going to be a Terminator that looks like Brett that comes back to fight the machines. I would pay to see that movie. Hollywood, call me. I'll write the script. Chris says, Sean Merwin on the Eldritch Lorecast said, keep fighting, but in 10 years, it'll be a thing used all the time. And in 20 years, most of our games and entertainment will be LLM created. I'm sure people freaked out during the printing press. I don't know why, but insert panic here. I'm sure people freaked out at the word processor, insert panic here. Typewriters are gone, whatever. I'm sure, it's one thing after the other. Gabe says, I think they updated the license. Interesting. So, like the OGL. They tried to change the license. Oh, man. What are you going to do? Chris says, I figure we'll all fight it for a generation. Yeah. Right? Modi and others have clear definition of what they consider AI art. Yeah, like, what is it? Like, you can't remove a background using a tool? I mean, where's the real artists? Like, there's probably still that say, hey, the stuff you're doing on a tablet using a program and Photoshop and Illustrator, that's not art. That's not art. Art is this right here. I got this thing, and I got this, and I'm going to draw it, and I'm going to, like, how do you get in it? Well, I got to take a picture or whatever, and put it in a book. That's not art. You don't do it on software. Like, I'm sure there's people out there that thought that too when desktop publishing and Illustrator tools came around, right? Oh, Sean, that's not right. Oh, it goes on and on. Brett says, we all know I hate AI robots, etc. I will sign up for that go back to the past mission as soon as I'm asked. We can count on Brett. Yeah, he's just the guy to do it too. I mean, who else would you want doing it? Brett for sure. Brett with bow and guns. It's hunting season, folks. And robots gotta die. Jason says, AI-generated text is discouraged. Almost impossible to police that, but it's starting to become more obvious to me anyway when something was run through OpenAI or another tool. Yeah, wait till you get my latest video. I had AI do it. I don't care. Sue me. This doesn't sound like Sean. What are you going to do, man? Voight-Kampff tests will be part of any RPG art contracts. You see a tortoise on its back. Yes! Says Orcus Dorcas. Yeah, baby. What's up, Reading A? Good to see you. All right, let's get on that whole spiel. Let's get on this thing. So look for more AI art controversy coming near to you at a stream near you. Let's see. So that we'll go there. We'll open a few here. All right. Where did I leave off? Okay, let me close some of these. This one. I need a production crew. That's what I need. Cthulhu, Paizokan. All right, caught up. Troika. Who's got Troika? Troika. It's free. Kind of. It's like on this website, and it's like embedded, and you can click these and scroll through the entire book. The article that I found this resource from said you could get a free PDF on drive-thru, you could get the free PDF if you sign up for their newsletter, but it doesn't say that, so I can't confirm because I did not sign up for their newsletter, which I should probably do just in case I need to, get updates on stuff. But there's the Troika if you're interested in even paging through it before you actually buy a physical copy. You can go. This is the whole book. Boom, 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 boom. See, I'm AI, so this is me just reading it. Brett says, little known fact, Sean has been AI since GNBS stopped. Okay, Richard Decker. Did I put the link in there? I did. Okay. Moving on. Ours. All right. Is it Magica or Magica? It's on its 5th edition currently. We'll be getting a 5th edition definitive edition. Are you playing 5th edition Ars Magica, or are you playing 5th edition the definitive? Gotta stop using editions. I don't know. 5th edition was released 20 years ago. 20 years ago. That's older than I've been alive. New version will hit crowdfunding in fall of 2024 as a full color, it says color, hardcover book. The Sean 1000. I should have named my channel that. Sean 1000. The original Ars Magica was released in 1987, you old farts. The game has been owned by Lion Rampant, White Wolf, Wizards of the Coast, and its current owner, Atlas Games. Like, Ars Magica seems like, hey, man, we just don't want this thing. Do you want it? Like, it's this poor kid that nobody wants. Set in a mythical version of Europa, it centers around mages and features troop play, where players have more than one character. It also boasts a verb-noun magic system, enabling players to improvise spells on the go. This edition has been in the works for a few years, revising and updating the text and adding new material, new art, new layout. Remember, folks, perfection is the enemy of good. Additionally, the game will come with an open license. Atlas Games has not chosen which one yet, but says it's leaning towards Creative Commons. Any Ars Magica fans? Anyone? Bueller? Brettster. Brett says, I've tried to get into Ars Magica a number of times. The concept grabs me, but I never got it to the table. Might have to give it another go. Oh, that might be Brett's answer to the question of the day. The question of the day, because you showed up, Brett, a little tardiness, but we'll let you go because you're here, was what game failed, but you want to try to get to the table again. Orcus Dorcas, with his fine quip, I cast pull finger. Midwestern accent. I pull figure. Oh, here again. I have it. Also never gotten to the table. Love the troop play angle. Tim, I ran first edition Ars Magica for a while. There we go. Shambot, long time ago when White Wolf had it. That should be the question next week. If you have had Ars Magica, or you would want Ars Magica, what publisher would you want to buy it from? All right. Did I put the link? I put the link in there? I did not put the link in there. I will put the link in there. Eon World. Not sponsored, endorsed, or anything from Eon World. But go and check out eonworld.org. They do good stuff over there. If they weren't around, this would be a pretty boring show. My goodness. Yeah, so that's that. And, of course, Janelle Jacques has passed away. So I just wanted to recognize her accomplishments in the RPG hobby for all the years. She just passed, I think, in like this past week, actually. So folks that have worked with her and enjoyed the works that she's put out have put out some tributes. This is Chaosium's kind of, and I think she worked on RuneQuest for them at one point, doing some art and writing. Some of us know her from doing Dark Tower, which kind of makes me want to go out and buy it and run it. It's been so long. I remember getting it. It was a friend of mine got it. It was like different. He was like wanting to run it. And they talk a little bit, a very good homage and tribute to her at Chaosium. And then also Mike Merle's put it out on LinkedIn of all places. A good tribute. So I'll put a link to that post as well. I think it might not be public. If you're on LinkedIn, you might have to have an account to access that link. But it was, came across it, and he starts out, there's a good chance that you don't know who Janelle Jacques is. That's a pity, because I would argue that she had a bigger impact on how people actually play tabletop RPGs than anyone else. Yes, even Gygax and Arneson. So that's, kind of the unknown, right? The big contributor. So very good homage. I'm not going to read either one. You can read it at your leisure, if you will. But very sad to lose her. So there is a GoFundMe. I don't have the link to the GoFundMe. That's, but her wife posted it to help cover probably outstanding medical expenses and funeral expenses. So if you feel do you want to contribute, please do. All right. So that is all of the news. Okay, let's get to news. Let's see. Thanks to Ian World for putting some of this together. Again, not sponsored by Ian World, but go and check them out. They consolidate a lot of this and put in a lot of work, and so go over there and click on a bunch of their ads. Get them some ad revenue, would you? Let's see. So here, print news. I'll put it in there. Where is there? All right, first one. So print news covers recent RPGs and some classics, reprints, sales available from retailers, crowdfunding campaigns that are done and now they're out in print, yada yada. So this first one's Walgravak's Warehouse for Troika. It's a Troika intro bundle, apparently. Hardcover adventure, 2 hardcover books, core rules and adventure, like $22.83 for the hardcover adventure. The rest is $42. The interdimensional warehouse of the cruel wizard Walgravak towers over the bad part of the city of Troika. Abandoned long ago, its vast storerooms of possible treasure are watched over by dangerous interlopers and sinister hangers-on. In Slate and Chalcedone. My English is terrible. The PCs investigate twinned and twisted wizard towers of hidden secrets in almost 70 weird and worrisome rooms. PCs strive to save the world from a slow and choking death. Includes new and unpleasant spells. Next one, Imperial Navy by Mongoose for Traveler. Big Traveler fan, go grab that one. Without the Imperial Navy, the Third Imperium wouldn't exist. I don't know if you knew that, but there you go. Doctors and Daleks Player's Guide, Doctors and Daleks Alien Archive, Doctors and Daleks Keys of Scaravor, Doctors and Daleks Collector's Edition. System, D&D 5e. There you go. There's the 5e version of all the Doctor Who. Or if you know the guy I knew in high school that dressed up like Doctor Who. His name was Gary Mensch. We would refer to him as Dr. What? And then Dungeons and Lairs, number 3, Cursed Locations. Dungeons and Lair, number 4. These are both for... They're just softcover supplements. I think are they system neutral? I don't know. It doesn't say. Fantasy RPGs, it just says. So there you go. It does say at the bottom, a horror-themed campaign setting for 5th edition. But in the system... on Ian World, doesn't say. It's from DM Dave. And then last one, Sprinkles is Missing. Not the last one. Sorry. Got another one after this. Sprinkles is Missing. Better go find Sprinkles. I want to see Brett play this one. Brett, me and you live stream this. Sprinkles is Missing, run by Brett from Gaming NBS. I think it's got some wheels, man. Probably get more people watching and listening to that actual play than ever listened to our podcast. It's all about marketing, buddy. An all-ages RPG of creative magic and cooperative problem solving. The GM, known as the principal, guides up to 5 players, the students, on an adventure through the forest as they search for their school's missing mascot, Sprinkles the unicorn. Includes minimal prep for the GM and quick character creation, and PCs having favorite class in the spell. Game is played as a procedurally generated point crawl pointing to specific scenes. The game always ends with finding Sprinkles, who is never in quite as much danger as the students might have thought. I think Brett could put his own little spin on this thing, I'm pretty sure. Calcedony. I thank you. Charity stream. After playing Sprinkles is Missing, the GM next needs to run the follow-up OSR module Unicorn Meat. Says Harrigan. Look at Brett. He's all on. We just need to contact his agent. Sounds like we can negotiate this. Look at that. I'll donate if you both cosplay unicorns. Well, I don't know if Brett will. You know, I'm down for it. That's just me. That's how I roll. Next one. Fright Night Classic, The Blood Countess by Yeti Spaghetti and Friends. Wasn't Yeti Spaghetti part of Parks and Rec? Isn't he a character in there? I think it's like Teddy Spaghetti or something. Somebody's going to put it in the chat. Look it up. D100 Horror RPGs. Softcover adventure. Countless Elizabeth Bathory, a deadly serial killer who kills to continue to live, prowls the streets of the city preying upon the young and beautiful. Oh, I'm safe. I'm safe. That's one good thing about me. Not the target of some serial killer. Includes character cards, handouts, maps, and rules light. Follow along instructions to play the adventure without the need for additional rulebooks. So there you go. There you go. There is print news. All right, let's get into the crowdfunding. Let me bop over to Discord, the chords of Dis, and pull up ties. Boom, 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 boom. Ty, where are you? Where in the heck? Here we go. Got it. I got it, man. All right. Crowdfunding. Ty wants everybody to know about this one. As I click, copy, paste everywhere. Speedy RPG. Speediest RPG you'll ever play. So, strong claim, Cotton. See how that works out for him. It's by Kyrie Celeste. First created and is backed 2. All right. Its funding goal is $3,700, and it's raised almost $9,300. Interested in? I won't play the video. Go and check it out if you'd like. Interested in TTRPGs, but there are far too many hurdles to entry? Why are there so many numbers? Why are the rulebook 300 pages long? How do I convince 5 people to sit around a table and play a game for 4 hours that none of us understand? With Speedy RPG in just 5 minutes, you can play through a simple and fun adventure, perfect for TTRPG beginners and introducing new friends alike. In this game, there is one game master who will be running the current scenario. Everyone is a player, working together to slay a dragon, win a drinking contest, or whatever else the scenario might require. Players will take turns coming up with creative solutions and rolling the dice to see if they succeed. Some cards are involved. Before you begin, pick someone to be the GM, and all others are the players. The players draw one character card and one item card from the decks, while the Game Master draws one scenario. Then the Game Master reads the scenario and crafts a short narrative for the players to interact with. The players will use their character and item to affect the story, rolling the d20 and adding the respective bonuses. The Game Master will decide whether they succeed or fail the challenge, as well as the overall scenario. Oh, you guys are something else. All right. There you go. You in on that, Ty? haven't seen Ty post in a while. Probably like drive by posting. Shad, you gotta post this. And he's out of there. There he is. Okay. Just want to make sure. Are you in on it? So you are in on it or you are here? I guess is the question. Yep. Go to Zine Quest. Zine Quest, create a new world. You're getting it, Ty. Okay. Create a new world. Creators are harnessing their creativity. Zine Quest. As they're lining up. Here's a bunch of them. Who's getting in on this? Anybody writing for it? Is there any controversy around Zine Quest besides me calling it Zine? Zine Quest. Zine Quest. Boom. All right. Other crowdfunding news. Thanks for posting that, Ty. Appreciate it. The prior crowdfunder. Workus Dorcas says, I'm still waiting for a few from last year's. May sit this one out unless some friends jump in. RPG crowdfunding news, Ian World, go and check them out. These are crowdfunding campaigns that are still they end January 31st. Today is the 13th, so there's a little bit of time left to get in on some of these. Otherwise, if you see this video too late, you may find them in print or PDF. Under the Indigo Moon from Mountain Land Games. Funded in 24 hours. We just need to remove that stuff. Funded in 24 hours because the goal was too low. I don't know. Right. Ryan says I should look at my PayPal history and see how many purchases that happened Saturday morning that I can blame on Sean. That's me. You're welcome. This is 5th edition Pathfinder 1E, 2E, Shadow Dark, and OSR. All of them. All of them everywhere, all at once. The RPGs. Gotta roll. See you, Harrigan. Most popular pledge, $1 for the PDF of the adventure, plus VTT maps and tokens. Sounds very affordable. $100 goal, raised $320. There you go. So if it's $1 pledge, hey, right? So the adventure offers conflict, some of the expected violent nature, while others are more philosophical in design. Baron Feathermont hires your party to clear out some druids so he can farm their land. This adventure may be a straightforward land grab, or your party might decide that they're on the wrong side of this conflict. One-shot adventure for levels 4 to 7. Yeah, but what levels? 5? 5th edition? Pathfinder? 2E? Shadow Dark? OSR? Ooh. Sounds good, Laramie. Next, Whispers of the Woods. Narrative-driven tabletop RPG from Helltongue Storytelling. Original system, core rulebook, €30. This game minimalistic and offers a few lesser used game mechanics, taking inspiration from 18th century history, Slavic and Germanic legends, the art of Arthur Rackham, and Von Goeth's writing. This is 80 pages with a lot of options within a small book, such as group play with a GM, GMless, and solo rules. In Whispers of the Woods, you play as villagers journeying into the woods, whether for a fight or a parley. That should be parlay, not parley. Parlay, a rite of passage, or a picnic will depend on your gaming table. Come on, you know all of us are going to fight. Not me, I'm a thespian. I role play. Uses D6 for all rolls. Some are standard roll and report the result, whereas others are roll with your eyes closed and guess the result. What? be one with your dice. It's like using the Force. Along with the rules of the hex map generator that has plot hooks and encounters. So €5,000, it's at 5,700, so it's funded. Next one, Covenant Cubicle Unbound from 13th Moon Games. Original system, it's a source book, $50. This project is a source book for the Urban Fantasy TTRPG Covenant Crucible. System uses 2D12. Hey, T12 love. To tell tales from the supernatural in our time, designed by a witch and pagan. This source book expands the lore and rules, including 13 new houses, plus more details about the original 9 houses. So, okay. 100 NPCs and monsters, new magic, 50 plus magic traits, and more. All right. Funded. $5,000 goal, $5,300. Next, Cyberpunk Noir from Praxis Studios. Original system core rulebook, 17 quid for the PDF of the rulebook. Reprint Cyberpunk Noir core rulebook. This is an RPG about street detectives working their way through a neon world of violence and worse. Mechanically, dice size corresponds to skill level, so you'll be able to determine your odds for success by the range of your dice. So this is for the physical. There is a PDF that you can get on drive-thru. This is not funded yet. Ooh, it is not funded at all. 396 quid and a 1,600 quid goal. So a lot of, and it's got 1 day to go. That is not going to happen. See you, Brett. Mausoleum of the Ashes from Meditating Monkey. D&D 5th Edition RPG Zine. $12. The campaign is set to produce 2 5e books. One, an adventure zine. Or zine. It's probably like, it's like nails on a chalkboard. Why does it keep saying that? And the other is a source book detailing the world. Mausoleum of the Ashes is the first zine in the second series of adventures for this campaign world. It's funded. Eclipse of the Magus King solo adventure game book Dungeon Crawl. That's a pretty cool looking art piece. 20 New Zealand dollars, I believe, for the PDF of the book. Solo adventure game book that uses 5e. While there are some GM-less solo adventures, they're not the most common combination with the 5e rule set. In this adventure, you'll enter the Magus King's abandoned palace to face off against monsters as you search for treasure. Funded. A Dragon Scale Adventure, 100 Hidden Rooms for 5e. Project type, RPG maps, $20 for the PDF and VTT of the 100 rooms. It's pretty straightforward. 100 rooms drawn as battle maps. Need a lot of encounter options complete with loot and creatures. These maps are designed as drag and drop with everything you'll need, whether that be just the map or all the details. $1,000 goal, it's at $5,500. There you go. If it's just rooms, why is it 5th edition? Next, D&D inspired deck of many pulses. Look out! It's for 5th edition RPG accessory project. Vicinia Lindsay of Vicinia Designs brings Pulsey, her energetic character, to a series of cards, each depicting the character's fantasy adventures. It's funded. As a product, 22 cards to draw from to use in your games as a prop. While they do not have any in-game stats, they may trigger some role-playing and adventure ideas. Then why is it listed as 5e? It's inspired by D&D and homebrew campaigns by Roll Positive Gaming on Twitch. So if you're looking for art card series, this is a fun cartoony offering. Broken Controller, retro video game zine. Issues 1 through 4, $49. Shipping and handling for all 4. The Broken Controller zines and the exclusive Retrostalgia. Are you a fan of retro video games from 1980s, 90s, and 2000s? Yes. The Zine series takes you down a rabbit hole of interesting games, thoughts, and memories. In the first issue, you'll find thoughts on Legend of Zelda, River City Ransom, Twilight 2000, the video game. What? I didn't even know there was one. The first Shadowrun video game, Game Boys, and more. Man, thing is there's a lot of those I didn't get into. See Orcus Dorcas. Think of that puppy. Doesn't bother me at all, but Orcus Dorcas RPG shenanigans punches a puppy in the face each time you say Zine. I know it's a joke. I know what I'm talking about here. Oh, I thought you're running out, about to take a trip to the pound. Sorry. I see. Now I'm going to read the chat out of sequence. Next, that is it. And it's funded. $1,600 a $500 goal. There you go. Zine delivered. I'm yours. Yeah, quite a nostalgia stretch from the 80s to the aughts. But here's the thing. I never got into Game Boy, any of the handhelds. I never got into any of those. I've never played Legend of Zelda. The last old console I bought, I mean, I have an Xbox, but I'm not counting that. But the last one I think I had was I had a Super NES? Did I have a Super Nintendo? Or did I just have a Nintendo? I think I only had a Nintendo. I don't think I ever got the Super Nintendo. Now I need to see what this TL2K video game was, right? I was more arcade guy. Go to the arcade, quarters and tokens all day. Spaceport in Aladdin's Castle. Every week, not every weekend. Or across the street at the community center in my little village. Playing Joust, Super Punch Out, Galaga or Galaga, Grogar, Pinball Machine, Tempest, Space Invaders, Asteroids, Pac-Man, Donkey Kong. What else? Tempest. Did I say Tempest? That thing. Battlezone. Man. Yeah, all the good ones. The cyber football one. Cyber Zone. I can't remember what it's called. Some of the classics. Gauntlet I was never really good at. Cubert. Hated Cubert. Could not understand Cubert. Could not keep that guy on the board. Body Blow. Orcus Dorcas. Can you name all the first round of fighters in the second Punch-Out? Here again, there was also a Twilight 2000 PC game in the early 90s. Terrible and okay, heading out for real. What? Sir, what? What else did I play? Defender. Gorf. Let's see what else. Some of the classics. Gauntlet, loved it. Yeah, let's talk video games, right? Tabletop role-playing games. Video games. Moon. What is the one? The Moon Crawler? What's the one? It's like you go. It was a scroller, right? Side scroller. Speed up, slow down, like get around. What is it called? What's it called? Cyberball. That's the one, the football one. Played that one. My buddy Dustin and I would play a lot of that. Golden Axe. What is the dragon? What was the dragon one? The first on Laserdisc. Pac-Man, Texas Instruments Cafeteria. Moon Patrol. Ryan West, you win. Moon Patrol it was. Pitfall on Atari. Dragon's Lair. Ryan West. Yeah, that's the one. Dragon's Lair. Gabe says, the Switch has come to our house. I've discovered Hammer Watch, which is like original Gauntlet. Totally my old man speed, for sure. Love Pitfall on my Intellivision. You can go and get a 2600 now. I think you can. Oh, my God. They're so terrible, aren't they? Seriously, though, how do we play those games? Oh, my God. I had a lot of Atari games. Dragon's Lair took so much of my money in the arcade. That Bluetooth Laserdisc got me. Harrigan is still... You know, Harrigan, if you make the switch, you could like cut over to mobile and then just take it with you. Stream from there. What else did I play? I'm trying to think of all the video games I used to play. The stand-ups cabinet ones. You have cut over. Excellent. Hey, you get 500 XP today, buddy. Yeah, don't spend it all at once. There's one that I'm trying to think of. Obviously, not doing a very good job. The Star Wars game, right? The X-Wing. It's called X-Wing, right? Tron was a good one. Pole Position, like that one, yeah. Afterburner was great. Man, it was expensive, though. It was like $1.25 to play that game, wasn't it? Afterburner. The whole freaking thing would bounce and tilt up and rock back. Classic arcade games, yeah. They got to be in an arcade. Classic arcade games. From basically Space Invaders, which I think was one of the first ones, all the way to, I don't know, when they closed the arcades. Crystal Castles? What about Dig Dug? Dig Dug. Pengo. 1942. 1942, the video game, right? Spy Hunter. Very good one, Ty. One of my faves. Zaxxon. Let's keep going. Star Wars. Yeah. Burger Time? Not Burger Time. Oh, how about Paperboy? You guys played Paperboy? Time Pilot, Star Castle. This guy. Did you get him up there in Canada? They're the Canadian versions. Yeah. Mad Planet, Street Fighter 2. Oh, what about, what is it, karate? Kung Fu? These are the two guys that would come out. Spin round kick. And you had the brick, like, they'd bounce like this. The challenging stage. Boing, 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 boing. And then you had to time it just right to... Karate Champ. That's the one, Harrigan. Karate Champ. That's why I want a MAME. I need to get a MAME machine. I really do. What am I doing? Like, my dream as a kid, we'll go into this, right? My dream as a kid was to own a house with a basement and have my own arcade. That was my dream. What do you want to be when you grow up? Screw that. I want an arcade in my house with like all the games. Galaxian, yep, there's one. Phoenix Command, Operation Wolf. Look at this guy. He's on fire. Get on that dream. Oh man. So much fun. So many terrible games compared to things now. Cocktail Table Pac-Man. My sister has one. She's never even video games. She's got a MAME machine. I remember knowing the pattern to Pac-Man. I cannot for the life of me remember it. I think my high was like, I remembered it was like cherry, strawberry, peach, something. There was Galaga, keys, gold bars, silver bars. Like, I don't remember the total complete sequence, but Harrigan played a lot of arcade games. Yeah, man. Just walking into Spaceport on State Street, just like open the door and boom, the sound would just bowl you over. Mirko has a cabinet with most of these games in his basement. That's awesome. Yeah. You got to get a good one though, like the good controller, and that's the only problem though. Like the controller, like for Defender, when you walked up to Defender, like all the buttons, that was a different experience than when you went over and played Tempest. What about the track and field? How about track and field? How many blisters did you get on your hand when you played track and field? That's some war stuff there. Centipede, there's a quack, 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 quack. That stupid freaking sound, centipede, ringing through the entire arcade. Oh, that sound as you got close for sure. Oh man, Joust was legit. That was my game. That was the game I was the best at. I think my high was like 220,000. I saw a guy roll asteroids, like blew my mind. That game cheats. Oh, it's terrible. Here we go. Track and field. You don't get the plasticky sound. Sequel spinning the Tempest knob super fast. Yes. Pound on the track and field. Yeah. Yeah, man. Those were good times. Good times indeed. I'm not even sure what other ones I would have walked up to and played. I certainly had I'll put a quarter in it, try it. Oh, that game sucks. Never play it again. Hey, Eileen, morning. Talking about old arcade games for like the last 5 minutes. Those things would get so, like arcades, those things would just get beat to hell in general. Somebody get ticked off and they'd start like smashing things on the, just breaking them. I'm surprised they withstood the test the time they did. Didn't we use a big plastic combo to cheat in track and field? Remember, the track and field had I think they had the track ball, and then I think they removed it and then just put in buttons, right? Track and field cheat using a pencil across the buttons. Oh, that's hilarious. Star Trek, the sit-down one, yes. And you had the controls on the left and right side. Jeff liked Star Trek. It was like Battlezone. All vector art or whatever, right? And you had the warp button. Xevious. What about Robotron? Could not understand that game for the life of me. Could not. Like, watched guys, like, how are they playing this thing? It's just like mass chaos. Remember when our movie theaters had an arcade room? We had one here I worked at. The problem with those is they would just have those like one or two games, and it was always the ones I never wanted to play. So much truth in the joystick for Afterburner. Berserk. Oh, yeah. Berserk. Shinobi. Yeah. What about the Barbarian one? What was the Barbarian one? The side scroller? Like, had the big sword, be like, Arkanoid, right? That's like Breakout, Super Breakout, Double Dragon. Joe is a pinball nerd, huh? Little nudge, nudge, nudge. Oh, tilt, no. Golden Axe. Ghosts and Goblins. Come on, what's the Barbarian dude? Can't remember. So many great games. So many great games. And they all fit on a freaking, 10 megabyte drive. Ragnar, I think. Gabe's right. I think it was Ragnar. Yep. Yeah, good times. Golden Axe as the Barbarian. No, Gabe's talking about Ragnar. There was a Golden Axe for sure, but there was a different one. Ragnar's the one I'm thinking of. Or Rygar. Rygar, that's the one. Rygar, it's Argar something. Something in the middle. NFL Blitz. Give me the decapitation mode. Coin detected in pocket. So much fun. Those I just love like just shit tons of quarters. Dustin would go to the bank and like get like $40 in rolls of quarters. He's like, I'm ready, man. You ready? And he would like, I'm like, I don't have any money. He's like, I got you covered. And he would just spend, got to put the quarter up on the machine I got next. Right? So much fun, man. And if you went to the same arcade and you saw the one guy playing the one game that you wanted to play, and you saw him every time he was there, and he would always play for like 2 hours at a time, you're like, fuck, he's here. I'm never going to get on that game. Son of a bitch. Especially it was like newly released. So you had to wait till it like became old to get in on it. Oh, good times. I think that was the first time I went to an arcade and when I was offered a joint and I didn't know what a joint was. What's a joint? I don't like going somewhere, like to a place, like a joint. Choplifter Commodore 64. I don't know, was that in the arcade? There was a helicopter game that you sat in. And as you move the joystick, the seat would move like kind of side to side like this. It wouldn't pitch or roll. It would just like go back and forth. And then the screen was kind of down. Sinistar, there's one. Harrigan Apple, not arcade. Dude, let's not get into like, what's the Apple game? Oklahoma Territory? I can't even remember. The video game store I worked at had an invite to the employee night at the local arcade mini golf place. It was 11 p.m. to 6 a.m. with all the tokens we wanted. Yeah, Donkey Kong Jr. Yeah. The Vines. You guys ever watched the documentary on the King of Kong? On Donkey Kong? Interesting. Ah, the good old days. Rampage, yes. Crunch. Grab the people, eat them. Yes, Rampage. Made a movie from it. Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? Is a classic Apple game. That Oregon Trail is the one I'm thinking of. Oregon Trail, yeah. My friend's dad worked for Atari. He had a few games in his garage. Did he know Nolan? You know who Nolan is? Need an RPG based on Joust. Ooh. Oh, so many. I spent so much money when I was a kid. Stole so much money from my mom. Hope she never sees this. Rampage. Like, I should get some of the sound effects from those games because they're just so iconic. King of Kong. Billy Mitchell is a piece of garbage. There you go. It says Joe Swick. That should be on like the trailer. King of Kong. Billy Mitchell is a piece of garbage. Joe Swick. Joe Swick, Video Game Central magazine. Yeah, no, that's fair, Ryan. I'm writing a letter to your mom, Sean. If you don't stop calling it Zion, I'm mailing it for sure. Sean, you ever been to the Aftershock arcade here in Madison? I have not been to Aftershock. I haven't. I want to. I haven't even been to the one on the west side that's been around forever. I actually knew the guy. Like, I think I interviewed him. He was like a tech guy. And then he went and stood up his own arcade. But I don't know how well they're doing. Name escapes me. It's right over by Peg. Not Peg. Yeah, by Peg. Never been in there. Roller rink. Orange Julius, play defender. Yes. Yes. How good of times. We like hated those days, right? Just hated them. So much teenage angst bullshit. And now we look back and go, oh, what I wouldn't want to have my summers off, go to the arcade, and just F off like for an entire 3 months. Jeez. Geeks Mania. That's the one, Shambot. Yeah, I haven't been there. Dave and Buster's, haven't been there either. Jeez. We named a lot of them, didn't we? There was an arcade game I cannot remember for the life of me. I played it right after I saw Empire Strikes Back. It was at Aladdin's Castle in East Town Mall. And it was like a weird it was like an X-Wing knockoff, but even X-Wing I don't even know was out. Like I think I didn't like X-Wing at all, and I liked this game. And it had like a controller was like you'd push it in and out. Like on a rod. All right. But I cannot remember the life of me. And I played that and was completely in love with it. And I think it was I went there one time and then it was gone. Cannot for the life of me remember what it was. But it had like a similar handle like X-Wing. So it would go like this right to left and turn. And then instead of like, I think the X-Wing would pivot on the edges, this one pushed in and out. Oh, I cannot remember what it was. Battle Zone. Bleep. Bleep. Boop, boop, bleep. Right? They get off the radar, they'd stop beeping, and then they come back out and be like, beep, bleep. And then the buzz tanks. And then you get one that's like wouldn't get off the screen, like, especially like if they would go around and come back and then they just get in this loop. Of course, you got to bump right into the thing, right? Bonk, right? Into a polygon. Then you shoot it. Boom, 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 boom. I used to skip karate class and went to the arcade instead. You go, boy. Yeah. That I can respect. Much respect, Nubis. Rector says later here again. Oh, man. Some good times, the arcade. Guys used to wonder where I used to get all my money because I was always down. The community center was across the street from me, and I was the latchkey kid, right? So I go down to the community center, and they would get like a rotation of video games. Like every month, maybe a different video game would come in. And I'd be like, okay, got to learn this one. Punch-Out was a good one. Here's the Punch-Out. First one, I think it was first one, Pizza Pasta. Second one was like the Bull. Was it the Bull? God, I can't remember all of them. Pizza Pasta, the Bull guy. I can't remember. I could Google them. I never played Punch-Out 1. Always Glass Joe is the first one. Glass Joe, the Bull, Pizza Pasta. I don't remember the rest. Bald Bull, Don Flamenco, Gabby J, Bald Bull, yeah. Oh, excuse me. Like, here it comes. You got a Piston Honda. Yeah. I never played the first Punch-Out. I played Super Punch-Out. Yeah. Battlezone tank game was awesome. There you go, Ty. Yeah. See, we could all come to it all brings us together. All this strife in RPGs, we just need to all go to an arcade together. Everybody bring $1 worth, 20 or $100 worth of quarters because we are all going to suck. Oh, man. Yeah. They used to have one in Lake Geneva. It was a vestige there. Like I went when I was I don't think I'd gone in the military. I think I was maybe a senior in high school. There was one in Lake Geneva because they closed down Spaceport. There wasn't an Aladdin's Castle. And I think my buddy came across. He's like, oh, dude, guess what I found in Lake Geneva? What? Freaking arcade, man. And they got all of them. And he just like rattled off all the games. I'm like, we're there. When we going? I don't even know if I had a license. He might have been the one to drive. He was older. And it was down, I know where the street was because I ended up going there like years later to see just in case it was there, and it's totally long gone. I can't remember how to do algebra, but I remember the pause music for Battletoads. Oh, man. So much. Saw a TikTok about a town in Illinois where the buildings around the town square are all arcades. McLean, Illinois. I must be there. Since Aftershock is a bar, there are no teenagers there. Another plus? Maybe. But aren't we all old teenagers? Now we're just, I picture... So my take on that, Tim, is, okay, so we're all teenagers of, we're all Gen X, say, and we're latchkey kids, and we all hung out at arcades. But now we have disposable income and the legal ability to drink beer. That's the only difference from Spaceport to Aftershock, current day. I think Spaceport was a chain, too. I Googled it and looked it up, and there were some Spaceport images that I think were outside of Madison. So I remember the guy who was always there, the guy who was like, dude, this thing stole my quarter. Come out with his like ring of keys. Shink, shink, shink. Flip, flip, flip. Reset the machine. Wait for it to boot. And he just looked like he was so bothered every time you had to get a hold of him. And then in Spaceport, you had to knock on the door. Like sometimes, I think he was in the office. Like you'd ask somebody, like, hey, you seen the guy? I don't even know if we had a name for him. You see the guy? Yeah, he's in the office. You just got to knock on the door. All right. Hey, Defender ate my quarter. We put in 3 quarters and only got 1 credit. Did you push 2 players? Yes, I pushed 2 players. No, you didn't. Ah, crap. All right, we'll switch off. Right? We'll switch off. We get an extra guy at 10,000. All right. Dude, you got killed on the last guy, and we didn't even get to 10,000 to get the extra guy. Oops. Here, I can get through this stage. You can? All right, go ahead. Zork. Oh, I had Zork and never played it. Yeah, man. Yeah. And now they run, like you can run all of them off a Raspberry Pi. A freaking storage device. 120 megabyte, 128 megabyte USB drive on a Raspberry Pi. I'm just kidding. I don't know what it is. It's probably not far. And you don't need a graphics card. Oh, so fun. So fun. I don't know if I've seen a video game. I don't know if I've seen a movie that has featured that space as well as it should. There was one that talked about Atari, I think, and Nolan Bushnell's, like, how it all went to shit. But there's yet to be a good documentary on the 80s. Like, I think. I could be overlooking something, but who knows? Like, to capture it. Telephones with cords and, the memes we see, right? This is how you knew somebody was home. All the bikes on the lawn. All right. I'm going to let you guys go. Thanks for stopping by. Next week, I will not be streaming at the regularly scheduled time for sure. I still think I'm gonna do it like late night stream. Maybe it's just an hour, but probably be late night. BSRCon's next week. Well, there's still openings at games, although they are filling up. And so I know a few game masters are probably like, dude, if this thing doesn't fill up by this Wednesday, I'm gonna cancel it, which would be unfortunate. So I'll put in the link in the chat. Probably should put it in the show notes. But if you're going, great. We'll see you there, kind of, maybe, if you're in one of my games. Or in the lounge. But $10 gets you a full weekend badge Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Starts ass crack dawn Friday morning, depending on your respective time zone. And goes through Sunday. And so $10 gets you the badge and any event that you sign up for. For the events are included. And then we're going to donate half the proceeds to the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. So, yeah, there you go. So our Discord will be hopping with lots of games and things of that nature going on. So looking forward to. Thank you for if you are partaking in the con. Thank you very much for doing that. And it's a good. I find it. You play a lot of different games. It's online. You don't have to leave your house. It's very cost effective. We have some of the best people in RPGs, in my humble opinion. Some of the smartest people in RPGs, in my humble opinion, running games. And, hey, many people I've played with, some are in the chat, like, it's a good way to, like, I wonder, like, I was in this game with these guys. I wonder if they'd be interested in, like, getting into a more consistent game. Because you never know when you're going to find a new game group. So if you got somebody in your group and you're like, I'm not going to gel with that person, it's like a good trial run, right? Or a good way to even find new players to play with. So it'll be fun. Thanks, Sean Staymore. Thanks for being a positive force. Thanks, Ryan. Appreciate it. Thanks for everybody that's come. Sean is AI. Yeah, I'm not even. Yeah, of course. Duh. Maybe we should get Action Castle going next game hole meetup. Oh, boy. Be safe, be good. That's right. Guess I need to get my character sheets uploaded. Yeah, and if you're doing, some games, make sure you got some prep. And really offload a lot of the heavy lifting. Here's pre-gens, pick one. Find the room your game, find the text channel your game is scheduled and create a thread on Discord to muster your players. Some of the mods probably don't know this, but I will post a spreadsheet of the people that are coming to PSRCon so that in case people are looking for individuals who sign up under their name, but they don't know their Discord handles, some of the mods will have access to that. So, like, anybody know who Sean is? He's supposed to be in my game and he hasn't chimed in. Prep, what's that? Brandon. So yeah, thank you to these folks here too for backing me a little bit financially. I really appreciate it. Yeah, there you go. There you go. So if I see you next weekend, great. If I don't, have a good weekend off from this. Oh, good. First one. Thanks for attending, Reading Aid. And then we'll see you on the other side. Be a positive force in the tabletop RPG hobby. Create, move, and learn. Spend time with folks that you appreciate in game. Make 2024 good. Better than 2023 if you can in the gaming space. Take care of yourself. And if you're facing hard times, troubling times, you're not alone. Sometimes the brain can mess with us. Go find a listening ear. Seriously, just talk to somebody if you need to. Don't let the brain overpower and trick you into something that's not positive. Okay? That's all I'm going to say. Be well.